Hello, you're listening to ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast. My name is not Andrew, it's JJ, but maybe I should change it to Nostradamus because it happened again. If you see the title of this episode and you're a longtime listener, you might know what I'm talking about, but for anyone who doesn't, this week we're doing a bit of armchair imagineering, creating a new set of scenes for Soarin' Around the World. However, unbeknownst to us, between recording this episode and releasing it, Disney announced updating the Soarin' film to Soarin' USA for this upcoming summer, which is amazing. Who doesn't love a ride getting an update? However, this scarily mirrors last year, where we discussed all of our ideas for retheming Rock and Roller Coaster, and then, right before that episode drops, Disney announced the Muppets retheme. I even suggested pairing the Muppets with Weezer, then having the ride be like the Keep Fishin' music video. So I was pretty close there, and maybe our ideas are pretty close here too. You know what? It's going to sound a little tinfoil hat of me, but I'm becoming more and more sure that someone high up at Disney has access to my computer or the ReedyGeeks group chat. We've been doing this for like less than a year and a half, and this has happened twice. So, Bob, we know you're listening, and we will accept payment in DVC points at Copper Creek or the Polynesian. And for everyone else, please enjoy our mostly fruitless discussion on updating everyone's mom's favorite ride, Soarin' Around the World. And hey, some of these are US locations, so we might be pretty right about some of these. Thank you for listening, and you know what? If anyone has a ride that they want overlaid, email ReedyGeeks@gmail.com and tell us, because apparently we have the power to do this sort of thing. Enjoy.
Hello, you're listening to ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm joined today by DVC's new club promoter, Sean. Take your time.
I don't know how to respond to that. I've always been pro DVC. I've just never thought it was like,
Well, now they hired you to be a club promoter.
That's not going to go well for them. I'm too honest.
And Tony Baxter's new pen pal, JJ.
Sure, me and Tony, snail mail, email, whatever. I'm down.
Hotmail.
Hotmail.
He probably does do Hotmail.
Do you think he has a Hotmail account? What email account
does Tony Baxter
have? Considering when email came out, honestly, he probably just uses his @Disney.
@Disney.com.
Do you think they still let him have that? Disney legend Tony Baxter.
Disney legend Tony Baxter. That's probably his email address now. Disney legend Tony Baxter @Disney.com.
In today's episode, the Geeks Armchair Imagineer, a new montage of destinations for Soarin' Around the World. All right, so to the surprise of no one, I have some historical context.
I can't wait.
Okay. When Soarin' over California first debuted in Disney California Adventure in 2001, it was an instant hit. Guests were amazed by the sensation of flight, gliding over the orange groves, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Yosemite National Park, all set to that sweeping, heroic score by Jerry Goldsmith. It was a ride that captured the spirit of exploration and the beauty of the world just beyond our everyday reach. In 2016, the attraction was reimagined as Soarin' Around the World, expanding its horizons to include global icons like the Great Wall of China, African Savannah, and the Eiffel Tower. While many guests love seeing the world from above, we here at ReedyGeeks wondered, what if we could reimagine it again? What destinations would make our perfect flight path? On today's episode of ReedyGeeks, we're climbing into the Imagineering cockpit and plotting our own flight plan as we armchair Imagineer a brand new version of Soarin'.
I would still have Patrick Warburton be the intro.
Oh, yeah.
He can't change
voice,
that.
Yeah.
Just don't change it at all.
He'll be 90 years old and in a wheelchair and still doing the safety takeoff, the safety procedures. So each of us came up with our own set of destinations that we would like to see Soarin' include in a new version, or if we could just reimagine it, what destinations would we want to see? We had thrown back and forth like whether we were going to do not real locations, right? Like we thought, like, should we include like different IP of Disney, like Star Wars or Indiana Jones or
Like there's already enough rides that do stuff like that, like Star Tours, PhilharMagic, like
right, that bring you
going
into
through the universe of that
Yeah.
that IP or that franchise.
But it would be interesting to go into the universe of, say, like Toy Story, but you're not going in it to go for a story. You're going in it for the landscape. Like how, like that would be a different perspective of these intellectual properties. But either way, we decided not to do that. We decided not to do that. We were just going to stay to the traditional global destinations, the global icons. So, JJ, why don't you take us through your destinations?
All right. So, you know my theory about the World Showcase, right? Canada first, Mexico second.
Right.
So let's adhere to that. And I'm going to start us off at the Cliffs of Fundy in Nova Scotia. It's a beautiful area. These like cliffs and deep, dark ocean water. And that's also like home of the puffins. So you get to see some fun puffin interaction and these like beautiful, idyllic kind of cliffs, and just a nice way to get something a little different in there, start us off. And then, you know, obviously Mexico second.
Right.
We're going to the Pyramid of the Sun, which is just outside of Mexico City. So maybe you can even do a little bit of old and new. You could do a little Mexico City and then the Pyramid of the Sun, because they're actually fairly close to each other. And so that's an Aztec pyramid, you know, kind of the classic, similar to what is recreated at the Mexico Pavilion. So it's kind of a nice little bookendy thing of the World Showcase. Next, I was thinking, everyone thinks, oh, we're going to go to all these big landmarks. Like, shouldn't we go to the Grand Canyon? No. No, let's not go to the Grand Canyon. Let's go to a different canyon. Let's go to a canyon that has historical Disney context, right? So in Utah, there is a national park called Bryce Canyon. They have the hoodoos. It's this red rock, and it's this very distinct shape that we all know from the ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
So that architecture is literally pulled from that national park and that region of Utah. So I think it makes so much sense for that to be in the Disney ride. It's just like having the Matterhorn in the current version. Where it's like, here's the real version of the thing that you see. And I guess it did that again in Mexico at the Pyramid of the Sun. So I think it's like kind of a nice little tie-in to that, and still getting people this big, beautiful, like only in America kind of canyon thing. And then we'll move on to Jordan. Jordan has the Petra temples, which is this very ornate look to them. It's built into like a chasm almost kind of thing, and there's all these sculptures all in the side of like a cave. It's incredible, and it feels like it comes out of nowhere. So that's like something that's kind of, ever since I found out that place existed, I was like, oh, that would be a really cool place to see. And then why not show everybody that with some Soarin' edition?
Right.
And then my last suggested edition, we're going to go to Hawaii. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to pump in some smells. In Nova Scotia, there's going to be like a nice sea salty smell.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Cold sea, like not tropical.
Yeah, not a tropical one, because now we're going to Hawaii, and there's going to be like Hawaiian flour and, you know, like kind of like what you get in Fiji. Where you're in Hawaii and you see the beautiful beaches, but then you approach an active volcano. You know, like I think that would
smell
be
sulfur.
Yeah.
Smell
or like that Rome is burning smell.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be a lot better than a sulfur smell.
Less realistic.
So those are my 5. Bryce Canyon, Cliffs of Fundy, Pyramid of the Sun, Jordan Temple, and a Hawaiian volcano.
Very cool. I like it.
Cool.
It's amazing how many different things you could have done, though.
Yeah, because like we were comparing our list and we really didn't overlap a lot.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That there are so many places around the world. I think it's only a matter of time before they just I do think they might kind of Star Tours it and
CGI.
Well, it already is a ton of CGI, but not like the polar bear stuff is CG. All the transitions are CG.
Well, yes, but do they have did they take the footage and then they impose it in? Yeah.
Well, what I think is going to happen is that they're going to Star Tours it in a sense of you get random scenes.
You'll get a different trip each time. That could be cool.
They'll add 10, but they won't get rid of the old 13 or whatever. And then you'll have a different trip.
I think that's great. That might actually be a great idea.
Yeah, because like I said, there's no shortage of beautiful places to see around the world.
One cool thing is if they could sphere it too. If they could improve the to make it look like the sphere in Las Vegas.
Yeah, find a way to make a bottom row, bottom right. Not feel you've wasted your time on this ride.
Or like it's you literally, it's the screen is on top of you too and below you. That you literally, if you turned your head completely any direction, you're still seeing screen.
I mean, top middle is pretty close to that, and middle is pretty close.
Middle is the best, I think.
Yeah,
middle bottom is still good. Anywhere in the middle, I think, is good. But middle bottom is still
pretty good.
Just look straight forward. Don't look down.
But like the side bottom on the sides can be kind of tough, especially if you're at the far end of the row.
Oh yeah.
Like being the far left seat on the right side, it's basically like being in the middle.
Yeah,
So, but being far right on the far right row is just. You got the wall right here.
So now middle is that so that you can see somebody's feet?
Yeah, you always want to see. That's part of the experience.
You gotta
always
see some tootsies,
dangling feet in front of you. That's real life smell of it.
B. Always ask for concourse B.
B concourse B. So be middle B.
You want to be middle B.
I asked for one. Which is the top. I like top middle, but I do kind of get the idea that like. The middle might feel a little more immersive.
I think it's the most immersive, yeah.
Because you get the whole sensation of it because you do see the feet.
Yeah. Well, and really they could put you where you are hanging your feet maybe on like a bar and then they tilt you forward so it actually feels like you're in a hang glider.
Like a hang glider?
Yeah,
well, then you wouldn't be able to just get away with just a seatbelt as the safety restraint. If they tilt you forward,
they'd have to redesign the entire.
They'd have to put you in a harness.
Right.
And I think part of the joy of this ride is that it's not like an 80-year-old can go on it, and the 4-year-old can go on it. As soon as you're tall enough to go on this, it's going to be a good time for you.
Well, the little aviators can just put that belt through the loop. Thank you, Patrick. All right, Sean, why don't you take us through your new destinations?
I will start off in Spain. I thought it would be fun to do flying over the running of the bulls.
Yeah.
It's an interesting choice that I don't know if Disney would 100% go for it because it can be violent and
you just don't see the deadly scenes.
yeah. You don't see the people getting gored in the street. But I think that's always fun to look at like pictures and videos of. The second place I would go would be to Brazil for Rio Carnival.
Nice.
Flying over, the whole carnival and the celebration, and it would end with flying over or around the Christ the Redeemer statue, which again, I was like, would Disney do that? Because maybe it's like a religious?
Yeah.
I don't.
But is the landmark of it like transcend it being a religious symbol?
Yes, because when they show the NFL game in Brazil, you know how many shots of Christ the Redeemer there were?
Yeah.
It's almost like it becomes just a statue. Like if you go to Rome, you don't want to go see Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel. Well, Sistine Chapel's in Spaceship Earth. And
that's true. Yeah,
and that's a very
and honestly,
as religious as it gets.
Right. Most of our global icons are religious in some nature. Even the pyramids, they're religious, and the temple in Jordan, what you were talking about, that's
right. It's a religious, right? And the Temple of the Sun. I have two religious things.
I don't think they're going to shy away from that. I think that's fine.
Yeah, because it's an iconic landmark. I think that is a lot of people have a bucket list of I want to go to Carnival and I want to go see Christ the Redeemer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know it was called that. Mm-hmm. Christ the Redeemer.
Yeah.
Bad Catholic.
Yes.
Well, you learn something new every day.
He just hasn't learned something new in a while.
It's been 0 days since I learned something new now.
My third stop will be to soar over Stonehenge in the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. That'll be a quick trip, but it'll.
Are you going to CGI some aliens?
Maybe it's just some people on the ground that don't quite look like humans.
They're like putting it up.
Right, the building of Stonehenge.
Yeah.
My fourth stop would be through the Venice canals in Italy. I think it would be kind of fun to follow, almost the way what I thought of was there's a scene in Impressions de France when you're following like a boat on the river. And I thought it would be cool to kind of soar down right over. So you almost have the point of view of one of the, what are those?
Gondoliers.
Yeah. And you make your way through the canals and see that part of Italy. Is Italy in? I don't think Italy is in the existing.
It's not. And there are a lot of things in Italy that you could
Yeah.
do. You could do the Colosseum in Rome. You could do some of the
Amalfi Coast.
historic. Yeah.
Amalfi Coast would be
Beautiful. You could do Venice, of course, because I mean Venice is what's represented in the World Showcase. So
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't even connect the Italy pavilion is Venice.
Yeah.
it's Venice, but without. Well, because I guess at one point there was supposed to be a canals attraction, part of that. Which I mean, Italy needs some help. They really should just pull the trigger on that.
Yeah. They can't keep getting away on the espresso martini.
No, especially when they start making it, like pre-making it. It's not as good anymore.
Yeah, it's batched.
Yeah,
it's batched now. They make a giant picture of it and then just pour it out to you because they know.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
My last one is skiing in the Swiss Alps.
Cool.
You kind of just follow the skiers down. There's there's something similar in, I think, maybe I was thinking of the original Soarin, but I think there are skiers in the original
there are.
Soarin. Yeah,
I think there are.
And the Matterhorn is in the current one,
Right.
around the world.
Yeah,
so there's kind of like a combination of the two.
Yeah. But
Where you get some Alps.
Soaring over California, where are they? I guess it's obviously it's got to be northern.
It could be Big Bear or something.
Yeah,
There's a very big mountain range in California. It's, the Sierra Nevadas. Yeah.
So that's my list: Spain, Brazil, Italy, UK, and then Switzerland.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good list.
Yeah.
Good list.
Nice.
I like it. Your list is very active. There's a lot of things happening. In
Yes.
your list.
Movement.
A lot of movement.
Where I feel like I was more focused on like
The scenery.
things that I think people should see before,
bucket list items.
bucket list vantage points.
Yeah.
He loves a view.
He
I
loves.
do love an aerial view.
No one's gonna mention California Grill. Okay, I'll just say it. California Grill has a great aerial view. All right, so I didn't quite follow the same plan that you guys did in only picking 5.
Who's surprised?
I replaced all of them. I did all 12. There's 12 places and locations in Soarin' Around the World. If you don't count Epcot at the end, because I guess for all of ours we're gonna end at Epcot, which makes sense. You're coming back home.
Yeah.
You're coming back.
I'm actually going to end at Epic Universe.
Oh God! Stop the recording. Podcast over. Shut it down.
We're going to end at the Isle of Burke.
So I started out thinking it would be cool to go around World Showcase itself and pick some locations that are in World Showcase. I kind of halfway through I lost steam on that and I just started picking locations I liked. But I first wanted to start out with Germany, and we were just talking about the Rathaus Glockenspiel, right? That's in Munich. It's a famous clock. It comes out like twice a day or something like that, and does some fun things. But then I thought it would be a lot more fun to do Oktoberfest, which is still in the same same fun atmosphere that the Germany Pavilion is in Epcot, right? They have the beer garden
right.
restaurant.
Summerfest,
yeah.
The beer garden is basically
got the music.
It's Oktoberfest all year round. They're playing the Oompa music and the big feast and
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
God, I could go for some of that food right now.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Yeah.
Brat. Maybe around 12:30. And Oktoberfest is still in Bavaria, which counts. So I thought it'd be cool to, like, you're on a hang glider, you go down in Oktoberfest, and I think one thing people don't realize about Oktoberfest is that there's a lot of rides.
A lot of drinking?
It's like there's a lot of drinking, but half of it is like rides. Like there's a couple roller coasters there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That they put up for, and they're like legit roller coasters. They're like pretty good. And so it would be cool to, like, go around that. But then I would like to end with, like, obviously CGI, or unless you get a drone to do it, but going into a tent, right?
You get a drone to do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I think
yeah.
a lot of the footage in existence is probably drone footage because it can, especially I'm thinking of, like, the Great Wall of China, the way it kind of zips down and around.
Right.
I think that's definitely.
Oh, no,
more-
I saw a video on this.
That's pre-drone.
This is pre-drone.
Is it really?
And I saw a video on it. It's a helicopter.
Is it really? That's actually kind of
it's
cool.
a camera holding off of a helicopter.
But to think of how like, which when we were talking about expanding Soarin, how much more,
How easy it is
close,
now.
and how
Yeah.
much closer to things you can get now
Yeah.
with drone capabilities.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
'cause you can
going
go-
in a tent and getting a big view at the top of the tent and then going, out the other side, I think is something a drone would absolutely be able to do.
or going into, like, it flies into the French horn of,
Yeah.
one of the band members, something like that. My next place is one that Sean also had, was Venice, and I think your idea is perfect of following the gondolas,
Yeah.
and almost like you're
Like you're a gondolier and you're
Right.
flying the drone through the little tunnels
Yep.
and stuff.
Yep.
And then maybe you end at the what is that, the bell tower, the Mark Bell?
St. Mark.
St. Mark.
Wait a minute. I love that idea.
My third location was going to be Japan-based, and instead of the Japan Pavilion focuses on traditional Japan, and I wanted to focus a little bit on modern Japan. So I wanted to do the bullet train. I wanted to, like, see the bullet train go boom, right by you, and maybe it
whole
spins
thing
you around a
shakes.
bit. Yeah, like that would be kind of cool. And you saw it coming up to you and everything like that. I think that would be.
So
really
would it be
cool.
like a Tokyo, like a modern city escape, and then also maybe the bullet train is the transition. You get that big, like, it shakes you and it.
Right,
Flies
That could be it.
Yeah, because there always has to be a transition out into the next scene.
Yes.
The bullet train kind of whizzing by.
Could be the
Could be a good
transition.
one. Yeah.
I was thinking around the mountains of Japan. Japan being very mountainous.
like a Mount Fuji and a bullet train
Right.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something similar to that. But I also like the Tokyo idea too. There's just, or maybe Koto, maybe a different.
Kyoto.
Kyoto. Tokyo is, like, distinctive enough, I think, for a cityscape. I don't know, my personal opinion.
Well, they do have that famous crosswalk thing. It's like the busiest intersection.
Yes, yeah, Shibuya.
Yeah, that might be a fun spot. Like a lot of action.
Yes, that's actually a good idea.
See Godzilla.
You can't.
Godzilla. We're just gonna just like me ending at Epic Universe or the Isle of Berk. We're gonna just start bringing other properties in.
Yeah.
Godzilla's in here. Most expensive ride ever. You're gonna have to buy all these properties.
My next location was the Galapagos, so I thought that would be kind of your Fiji moment, right? Where you're soaring down and you see people, like, in canoes and whatnot, but this instead you see huge sea turtles, right?
Yeah.
And just the wildlife.
Those iguanas down there are so cool. They look like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They look like Godzilla.
Yeah.
But baby
Small ones.
Godzilla.
Before the radioactive.
I was then thinking of New Zealand. New Zealand kind of gets forgotten about sometimes, and I was gonna go to goat herders on New Zealand. So just
Everyone's
a
favorite
shepherd,
moment. just watching the lawn.
someone herding goats.
New Zealand has a storied history of, like, extreme sports, bungee jumping, skydiving, hang gliding.
Maybe bungee jumping on top, like you're bungee jumping on top of goat herding, and then you bounce back right before you hit them. That would be cool.
Isn't New Zealand where the Flight of the Conchords guys?
Yes.
From.
Yep.
It's like you could buy that. You could buy that IP too, and
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just gonna insert IP into all of your stuff.
well, also, I mean, there's another very famous IP that is related to New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Soarin' over
Yeah.
the Shire.
Soaring over the Shire.
Most expensive ride ever.
My next place was going to be Icelandic volcano. So
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, we both had volcano.
yes. And so this I'm thinking of also like the burning of Rome smell here.
Yes,
right?
yeah. Do you
the
get Northern Lights while you're there in Iceland?
So that's on my list is the
Oh,
Northern Lights.
awesome.
So we would go back to Northern Europe for the Northern Lights.
Oh, so maybe you get a peek of a different place.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in Norway or something. Yeah. Okay.
The French Quarter. So during Mardi Gras or maybe during Jazz Fest. Is that what it's
Oh,
called?
yeah,
Jazz
yeah,
Fest?
Yeah, Jazz Fest.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool. Maybe there's
Very
a
cool.
second line going down the street while you're hand gliding over. You know, that would be
That'd
cool.
be a nice spot for a little hidden Mickey in like the parade floats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, and we are a Disney World podcast, but we could easily be a New Orleans
Yes,
yeah.
French Quarter podcast.
Yeah.
Lots of support for the city of New Orleans in this room.
Yeah.
The Great Barrier Reef. I know we were just in Icelandia. I'm sorry, Oceania, all the way over in
Oh, right.
Australia,
You're already
New
in
Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah. But we are going to head back to Australia for the Great Barrier Reef and fly over that. And I think that'd be
Nice.
cool.
Tropical scents. Yeah.
Yes, tropical sense. In Mexico, a Day of the Dead celebration is going on.
Wow.
Cool.
And you're flying over that.
Cool.
The Northern Lights, like we said.
Okay.
The Forbidden City in China.
Oh, okay.
Not
so that's
forbidden anymore. We're going to fly right into it.
Nothing is forbidden to Disney.
They just got to make a couple phone calls.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. And then, last but not least, similar to the Eiffel Tower, we'll do the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we got to have a bendy Lady Liberty.
Yes.
Yes. I think that would be kind of cool. And
Yeah,
then,
it's
and
funny
then
that didn't
Epcot.
even come up. Like, it's such an obvious thing that's so close to us.
Yeah, the Statue of
Just
Liberty.
like-
And
didn't
maybe
even
like
think of
because
it.
like Disney and Walt loved America, maybe it's the
4th of
the
July.
4th of July fireworks
Yes.
behind the Statue of Liberty.
that would be really cool. That would be cool. So those are mine. Yeah,
Okay.
they there's a good mix of culture, like you had, Sean.
Yeah, you
I like-
kind of took both of us with I did focus almost solely on landscapes.
right.
And Sean was so focused on the action, and then you kind of did a little of both.
Merged two of
Yeah.
them together. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
And there's a lot of night scenes, so that's going to be
Yeah,
interesting
big
as well.
nighttime guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine like if you rode Soarin' after 5 p.m., it was a different ride,
that's
and it was
actually
all
a
night
really cool idea.
scenes.
Even though it probably doesn't get dark until like 9 o'clock.
Well, the park's closed at 9 o'clock.
I
What
know.
am I supposed to do? Keep Epcot open
I've
later.
always said Epcot needs to stay open later.
Yeah, it does. 2 a.m.
At least I think like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock.
I don't understand why Epcot isn't open till 11 and Magic Kingdom isn't open till midnight.
Well, a part of me thinks there's an obvious answer as to why Epcot's not open.
Cost.
As
No.
just people getting absolutely
Security.
blackout drunk. Yeah, I mean, it feels like there's an obvious reason. Even why
But
places
wouldn't-
like Disney Springs close at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
But
12 o'clock.
wouldn't that then spread out the crowd? The drinkers wouldn't be drinking
At noon.
at 1 p.m.
right.
Some of
at
them still-
noon.
some
Well,
of them
no, but
still
they
would
wouldn't be. You wouldn't be visibly drunk at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Right?
If you knew you could get,
If you knew you could stay till
start at dinner,
11.
right? You could have a 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock dinner, and then do your drinking all night.
you could
Yeah.
you could start in Germany have a 3 p.m. Beer garden, get a base, and then just go around the world from there.
It's honestly a good idea, and I wonder if they see any statistics on when they did have it open later, where there are as many complaints about drunken people from families. Like
Right.
we're families at like 4 p.m. complaining as much
Yeah,
about
because,
drunken
look,
kids.
I know everyone wants to see the fireworks and stuff, and Epcot is a notoriously long day because people, they don't really leave Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do your rides in the morning and then you hang out at the World Showcase in the evening. But I feel like that would kind of maybe split the crowd a little bit, where you would come back at night. It'd be a lot better for crowd control if they stayed open a little later.
Yeah.
Right, because you could do your early day. You could still get there at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, do your rides until 12, 1 o'clock, and then leave, and then
come back for the
have your
fireworks.
midday nap, pool, whatever, and then come back at 4 o'clock.
Yep.
For your evening adventures. in
Have
the
dinner
World
and then
Showcase,
go out. Yeah. And or if they had another location that you could go to, like Disney Springs or somewhere that's open later than 11 o'clock.
Now you're talking. That's the best idea you've had all day.
Okay, guys, you got time for a little game?
I think we could squeeze it in.
Football starts in an hour and a half, so yeah, we got time.
It kind of felt like this episode was a little bit of a game in itself, but that's fine. So we've got a return of a geek favorite game here. It's a little WWWT. What would Walt think?
Nice.
So I'm gonna read a prompt or a thing in Disney World, and we're gonna decide if Walt would love or hate this thing. We're gonna try to reveal our thoughts, our initial answer at the same time, and then we'll do a little conversation.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions?
No, I think I'm clear on
So
that.
you'll say the prompt, and then we'll say, almost like you're holding up a sign.
Right.
You'll hate it.
Walt,
You'll love it.
Walt loves
Okay.
it. Walt hates it.
And
yeah.
then we discuss.
Yeah, and then we'll
Okay.
discuss. Okay. Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway.
Love.
Oh, love.
Walt loves this.
Yes.
Yes.
Love.
Absolutely.
It's Mickey
I
Mouse.
love this.
It's a train.
And Sean is Walt.
Fun fact. Walt's frozen head, not frozen.
It's just Sean's.
They figured out brain transplants.
No, it's a great ride.
Great ride. So much fun. It's got that immersion of like you're going through the screen into the cartoon.
Yeah. I forgot that they did that in the opening.
Yes.
The first room you go into
best.
where Goofy blows up the screen and you go into the screen. I totally forgot that happens.
You want to take a ride on my Loki motive?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a train. Walt loves trains.
Yeah.
Walt loves trains. I also think that Walt would probably I'm going to give the Walt would love it the benefit of the doubt on most things that include new technology. I feel like sometimes he just liked, even if it wasn't that good, he liked showcasing new technology and new innovation somehow.
Right.
Progress.
Progress, yeah.
Progress City.
Yeah. So I think he would like it. I mean, someone could say he would hate it because, hey, why didn't he make a ride that included Mickey Mouse to begin with?
Right.
Maybe there's something there. Maybe he thought he never wanted Mickey to have a ride. He wanted him to be a character, to meet. I don't know. But that's interesting. Or he could have just thought the rides are here only to promote my other intellectual properties.
My new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to make sure people remember Peter Pan like they remember Mickey Mouse. I got to give Peter Pan a ride.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And he's kind of right.
Or I have a Davy Crockett show coming out. I need
Davy Crockett, whatever, canoe boats. Yeah. Okay. Next one. This one's for Andrew. DVC.
Worth it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the
would
game.
Walt love it?
I think
Walt loves it.
I think Walt loves it because I think
Walt loves money.
Right.
Yes.
You're going to prepay me $40,000 to come every year to my park?
Yeah.
I love this idea.
Yeah. And one of the things that I think he regretted was giving Disneyland operations and ownership away to
hotel rights.
The hotel rights away.
Yeah.
And I think that, he wants to control and everything and to control your whole vacationing life for the next 50 years. He's going to love that.
There's no downside for him from
No.
DVC.
These are layups.
Well, that's progress for you.
Epic Universe.
That's a good one. Do you mean, does he like it in the sense of he
Walt
goes there
loves
and he
this
has
or
fun?
Walt hates it. And then explain why. You have to say he loves this or he hates this.
All right, Sean, you go first.
I'm going to say I have my. I mean, I made it. I made this, so I obviously know mine.
I think he loves it because I think he appreciates he appreciates maybe another competitor
Pushing him to be better.
but not only pushing him to be better, but maybe testing certain things out.
Yeah.
So where they fail, he can succeed.
Yep.
I think he likes the competition. Obviously, he hates that it drives people from his parks, but that's not going to be that big of a deal for him in the long run. But yeah, I think he likes the competition, and I think he likes being able to see where his competitors miss the mark and capitalize on it.
I think he loves Epic Universe for similar reasons to you. A rising tide raises all ships. It makes more people excited about the Orlando area. It's doing a lot of fun stuff. He'd appreciate some of the tricks and stuff. And I also think he'd kind of love that it's not perfect.
Yeah.
He's like, this place isn't perfect.
I can do it better. Yeah.
It's got real ride capacity issues. It's got it's got a lot of new park growing pains. It's very limited of how many people are allowed in there in a day. So I think it's doing a lot of things really well.
Yeah.
And it's pushing Disney to not phone anything in and not to take their market share for granted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think you guys all touched on good stuff. Like he's gonna like the competition. He also has a history of as much as he's an imaginator and he has created such great things. He has a lot of times taken concepts already and just elevated them and made them better. Right. So the concept of an amusement park was there, and he made a theme park.
I mean,
right?
he would, and again, in support of our Walt loves this, he would go to dinner with the guy that owned Knott's Berry Farm.
I was just about to say he liked Knott's Berry Farms. Yeah, and he would go there and get inspiration for what he was going to play.
Frontierland. There's a ghost town in Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's a fried chicken dinner at the Plaza Inn. There's a fried chicken dinner that's very famous at Knott's Berry Farm.
Right.
Like, this is exactly, Walt would see Epic Universe and be like, I know how to make this a little better.
Right. Yeah, and he would go to Knott's Berry Farm like just on the regular, like just him to go on the rides and just hang out.
Right.
So,
he'd go on a ride and he'd hang out with the owner and they'd go get dinner together.
Yeah.
Like, that was a thing. They were competitors, but they were also like-minded individuals. And I think he would get along with was it Mark Woodbury, the guy that the president of the parks for Universal.
That other park, that other area.
Sorry, I'll bleep it out. I think this will be the last one.
Okay.
And I think this is the most divisive one on my list.
Ooh.
ReedyGeeks. He would hate us.
Would he hate us?
We're not making him money.
They're not making, but
we're
also
it's free advertising.
We're also not making any money.
Right. It's not like we're making money. It's free advertising for him, and
nobody's making money.
I cannot.
But if you do want to pay us,
it cannot be expressed how little money anyone here is making.
If you do want to pay us, please, ReedyGeeks@gmail.com. Please send us if you're a small business owner.
We actually have we have received $1. It was from Brian from Long Island.
Right, because we were talking about the highest bidder would get to go on the ReedyGeeks corporate retreat.
Yes. So he won with $1 to come on the ReedyGeeks corporate retreat with us.
Which still hasn't happened, Brian. You're okay. Yeah. We didn't forget about you.
Also, no expenses paid, by the way.
That was not in the deal.
Unless one of these small businesses want to fund the ReedyGeeks corporate retreat. All right. So here's the last prompt. Would Walt love this? And this is about how it currently is. Disney's Hollywood Studios.
I don't think he would like it. I don't think he would hate it.
I'm gonna say Walt hates it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he loves Runaway Railway.
He loves the things there. He doesn't think they go together.
The park's messy. I think he hates how far it's strayed from that golden age of Hollywood, the behind the scenes stuff. Like, it still has the Tower of Terror, but it's less your movie production theme park now, and it's thrill rides and IP.
I think he loves walking in there, and I think he loves walking down Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard.
He loves some of the spaces.
Yeah.
This is kind of how, maybe I'm just projecting how I feel about Hollywood Studios, where it's like, I love a lot of these individual spaces, but I hate how disjointed it feels. Like, I love Batu for the most part. You know, I think it's not perfect yet, but it feels so magical when you go in there. You're on another planet. It's amazing. Does it need a little more active energy? Yes, but there's energy in there. On one side there isn't, though. That's the problem. Is the main walking path that's away from the shops, there's no energy. But when you're in the shop part, there is. Because even inside the stores, they have little animatronics.
Yeah, when you
like
come
that.
in, it feels much more immersive and busy when you come in through Toy Story Land, because you're coming in right into the back of the marketplace,
area.
right by the Falcon and Oga's. When you come in the past Baseline Tap House, what I would probably consider the main entrance, because it has the big tunnelway and everything, you come right into the Rise of the Resistance ride, and it's just a very quiet.
But that's by design. You know, you're supposed to be on the outskirts of Black Spire
right.
Outpost.
But like, if you want to feel that's definitely true.
But some sort of moving droid transporter or something on the opposite side, just to kind of give a little movement to it, I think would go a long way.
Yeah. Well, there's just movement that is needed in there in general.
right.
Like the whole land.
That
needs
whole
movement.
side, that whole area, like if you bypass the stores and you stay to the right, and basically treat it like a path to Toy Story Land, that whole area is
dead.
What everybody talks about, where it's like there's no energy here. It's like, go the other way.
There's a guy selling the
It's
little
half good.
balls of Coca-Cola.
It's interesting. If he hates Hollywood Studios because it's so disjointed, and it's not necessarily because of the IP, does he love Pandora and Animal Kingdom?
I've said
I don't think so.
I think he hates
that Pandora's there.
That Pandora is there.
I actually think.
Oh, because he doesn't own it.
He doesn't own it.
Okay, all right.
He's giving someone else.
Take that away. Let's say we own Pandora. And not we as in ReedyGeeks, but we as in Disney Corporate. We are the Disney Corporation.
So even if Avatar is a Disney IP, it still feels completely disjointed in Animal Kingdom.
I think it
kind of
blends
works.
really well.
I agree with that, but I thought you were trying to say, like, if he hates the disjointedness of Hollywood Studios, does he like Pandora being in Animal Kingdom?
And that is actually what I'm saying, because that gives me more evidence to, okay, the reason why he would hate Pandora, or the reason why he would hate Hollywood Studios is because of disjointedness. And we could see adversely he would like Pandora because it's not disjointed, right?
Yeah.
So the disjointedness would bother him of Hollywood
especially
Studios.
Toy Story Land. I think Toy Story Land's the most disjointed.
Yeah.
I think that.
And soon to be monsters. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I think that Hollywood Studios needs
A rebrand.
I think that, and it's tough though, because I think the Hollywood Studios name needs to go. I don't think it's Disney's Hollywood Studios anymore. I think it's like, I don't know, you're not going to call it like, the Florida Adventure, like the California Adventure.
Movie magic.
But like, you also, I would absolutely hate it if they ditched like Sunset Boulevard or Hollywood Boulevard, because like you want to keep
but
that
you
scenery.
want that to almost be your portal into the movies. Like, you want to be like, I'm inserting myself into my favorite Disney movies, right? So it's like,
and so then Hollywood Studios can work.
It's the IP park. It's kind of like the Epic Universe.
Yeah, but I think
you're
it's
going into the IP of each.
I think it's the studio part that doesn't work. Hollywood works. You're in a little version of Hollywood, and then you almost get transported into the worlds of your movies that you love.
Disney's Hollywood Universe.
So maybe it's Disney Movie Magic Park, or Disney
Universe works so well. Universe it hits.
Oh, Disney Universe.
Disney Universe or Disney Hollywood Universe. That actually works really well.
Right.
It's just a shame that
Universal.
They would never do it.
No.
Yeah. But I've thought for a long time, Hollywood Studios, kind of the way that Epcot for a while, I thought kind of had a bit of an identity crisis that I think it's coming out of a little bit.
I love Epcot.
Hollywood Studios just feels like it's the thing that hurts it the most is that the park is not at all what the name represents it to be anymore.
Right.
And it needs a rebrand. It needs a new name. It needs a refresh.
There are soon to be 3 lands that do not fit the name of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the front part works up until you get past Star Tours. That all feels
It all
right.
starts to get
And
IP
then
driven,
once you get into the IP lands, you go, well, Toy Story Land, like, am I in a Toy Story movie? I guess maybe I'm in that universe, but like, it doesn't feel like a studio. I'm on a studio lot. If I do a Toy Story ride, it should be like something that feels like I'm still on the outside.
Yeah.
And not on the inside of.
Well, what if it's not studio lot, but studios as in the umbrella of like Universal Studios, right? Isn't just
Disney
doesn't mean the
Studios.
lot. It means the company,
the
right?
IP
The
that company owns.
Yeah, so like the studio could just be Disney Hollywood Studios, like the studio of what Disney owns, like the
but
the IP.
Disney, but I also think that's a problem with Universal. It's like Universal named their theme park Universal Studios, and they're also doing this disjointed thing where they're inserting IP and IP forward lands.
Yeah.
That kind of pop up out of nowhere.
Like The Simpsons.
You mean they're not riding the movies anymore?
Well, you are riding the movies, but it's just like these lands kind of pop up where it used to be very thematic of like, I'm in New York City and there's a ride that's about a movie that takes place in the King Kong ride.
King Kong, yeah.
Right.
Or the Men in Black ride or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, like it makes sense to be in that area because this is a movie that takes place in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you walk into the New England looking part of the park, and that's where the Jaws ride is.
Right.
We walk into New England part of the park, and that's where Diagon Alley is.
Please remain seated throughout your voyage, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat.
Yeah, I think that'll wrap it up for the for our
Walt
Walt
think.
think.
All right, so we'll refreeze Walt's head now. Every time we play this game, we thaw him out to ask him, does he hate it or love it?
With his dying breath, and he goes, "What?"
He's like,
You
Hollywood,
have a cigarette?
what? Get me whiskey. All right.
Can I get a Scotch Mitts? Hazel knows how to make them.
All right.
Who is she? We don't know her.
You know, my nurse.
She wasn't Frozen too, Walt. Just you.
It's 2025. Unfortunately, Hazel George has passed away. Actually, maybe has she? She has to have.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're listening and she's your grandma, write the show.
All right, Sean, you want to take us out?
Thanks for listening to another episode of the ReedyGeeks podcast. Like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Any questions, comments, concerns, future titles, or topic ideas, email us at ReedyGeeks and check us out on all our socials at ReedyGeeks. We'll see you next time.
I think there's going to be a lot of concerns on this one.
I'm very concerned.
Why does this keep happening to me?
This week's Honest Send-Off comes courtesy of Patrick from Bikini Bottom. If you have an honest send-off that you want played at the end of one of our episodes, please submit an audio clip to us via our email address, ReedyGeeks@gmail.com. ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast, is hosted and executive produced by Andrew Shopey, Sean Murphy, and JJ Hefner. Music and audio engineering by JJ Hefner.
Bon voyage.